Your phone, a pocket-sized computer. Hey there, tech explorers. Ever stop to think about how those colorful squares on your phone actually work? You know, those apps you use to chat with friends, order food, or even learn how to code. Your smartphone is basically a tiny computer packed with incredible technology. And just like any computer, it relies on software to tell it what to do. Those apps you love, they're the software that makes your phone smart. Understanding how apps work can seem like magic at first, but trust me, it's not as complicated as you might think. Ready to get started? Let's go. Building blocks of apps code is king. Imagine building a house. You wouldn't just start piling bricks on top of each other, would you? You'd need a plan, a blueprint to guide your construction. The same goes for building apps. Before a single line of code is written, app developers carefully plan out the app's features, design, and functionality. They think about what problem the app will solve and who will use it. This planning stage is crucial for creating successful and user-friendly apps.
Once the plan is in place, it's time for the coding to begin. Developers use special programming languages like Java or Swift to write the instructions that tell the phone how the app should behave. Think of it like writing a recipe for your phone to follow. These instructions, known as code, are the building blocks of every app. They control everything from how the app looks to how it interacts with your phone's hardware, like the camera or GPS. It's a complex and detailed process, but the results can be truly amazing.
Designing for your fingers, user interface and user experience. Have you ever used an app that felt clunky, confusing, or just plain frustrating? That's probably because the app's user interface, UI, and user experience, UX, weren't designed with the user in mind. UI and UX designers are like the architects of the app world. They focus on making apps visually appealing, easy to navigate, and enjoyable to use. They think about things like button placement, color schemes, and the overall flow of the app.
A well-designed app should feel intuitive and responsive. It should guide users seamlessly through its features without any head-scratching or frustration. Think about your favorite apps. Chances are they have a clean, intuitive design that makes them a joy to use. From the size and placement of buttons to the choice of fonts and colors, every element of an app's design is carefully considered to create a positive user experience. After all, an app is only as good as its ability to connect with and engage its users.
Bringing apps to life from typing to tapping. Remember those lines of code we talked about earlier? Well, they're pretty useless just sitting there on a computer screen. To make an app come to life, those instructions need to be translated into something your phone can understand. This is where compilers and interpreters come in. These clever tools act like translators, converting the human-readable code into machine code, a language of ones and zeros that your phone's processor can understand and execute.
Think of it like this. You speak English, but your phone speaks binary code. Compilers and interpreters are the bilingual friends who help you communicate. They take your instructions and turn them into commands your phone can follow. Once the code is translated, your phone can finally start executing the app's instructions. This is where the magic happens. The app comes to life responding to your taps, swipes, and gestures.
Many apps you use every day don't just live on your phone. They also rely on powerful computers located in massive data centers, often called the cloud. These servers store vast amounts of information and provide resources that apps need to function.
But how do apps communicate with these distant servers? It's like sending a letter. You need an address and a way to deliver it. In the app world, this is where networks and protocols come into play.
Networks, like Wi-Fi or mobile data, provide the connection between your phone and the internet, which acts like a giant highway connecting devices worldwide. Protocols, on the other hand, are like the rules of the road, ensuring data is transmitted correctly.
Think of it like this. You want to send a message to a friend overseas. You write a letter, data, put it in an envelope with their address, IP address, and send it through the postal service, network, following their delivery guidelines, protocols. Apps communicate with servers in a similar way.
Imagine if every time you wanted to order food through an app, you had to build a whole restaurant inside your phone. That would be crazy, right? Thankfully, that's not how it works.
Apps can access information and services from other sources like restaurants or weather services through special messengers called APIs. API stands for Application Programming Interface, and it acts like a waiter taking your order at a restaurant. You tell the waiter API what you want, the waiter relays the order to the kitchen server, and then brings you back your food, data.
APIs allow apps to share information and functionality without having to reinvent the wheel. For example, a weather app doesn't need to launch its own satellites. It can simply use a weather API to fetch the latest forecast from a reliable source.
This modular approach makes app development much more efficient and allows developers to focus on creating unique features rather than building everything from scratch. APIs are the unsung heroes of the app world, working behind the scenes to make our digital lives easier and more connected.
Let's see how this works with a real-world example. Ordering pizza through an app.
You open the pizza app and browse the menu. The app displays images and descriptions of delicious pizzas.
You select your pizza, toppings, and drink. The app calculates the total cost.
You hit the place order button. The app sends your order to the restaurant server.
The server processes your order. It confirms your address and updates your order status.
The server sends a confirmation back to your app. You can track its progress in real time.
Enjoy a delicious pizza delivered right to your doorstep. Keeping your data safe. Security matters. With all this data flying around, it's more important than ever to keep your personal information safe and secure. App developers and server administrators go to great lengths to protect your data from unauthorized access.
Encryption is like putting your data in a super secure lockbox that only authorized parties can open. It scrambles your information into unreadable gibberish, making it useless to anyone without the correct decryption key.
Authentication, on the other hand, is like a digital bouncer at the door, verifying your identity before granting access to your information. This usually involves passwords, PINs, or even biometric authentication like fingerprint scanning or facial recognition.
App developers also implement secure coding practices to prevent vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit. They regularly update their apps with security patches to address any newly discovered weaknesses.
By working together, developers and users can create a safer and more secure digital environment. The future of apps. What's next? The world of mobile apps is constantly evolving, with new technologies and trends emerging all the time. From artificial intelligence to augmented reality, the future of apps is full of exciting possibilities.
Imagine apps that can anticipate your needs before you even ask, or apps that blend seamlessly with the real world, enhancing your surroundings with digital information and experiences. We're already seeing glimpses of this future with voice assistants, smart home devices, and AR games.
As technology continues to advance, we can expect even more innovative and immersive app experiences. Apps will become smarter, more personalized, and more integrated into our daily lives. The possibilities are truly limitless. So, you want to build an app? Feeling inspired to create your own app? That's awesome. The world needs more creative problem solvers like you. Thankfully, there are more resources available than ever to help you get started.
There are tons of online courses, tutorials, and communities dedicated to teaching people how to code and build apps. You can find resources for all skill levels, from complete beginners to seasoned coding ninjas.
The most important thing is to just start. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and learn from your experiences. Building an app can be challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding to see your ideas come to life. Who knows? Maybe you'll create the next big thing in the app world. The wonderful world of apps, wrapping it up. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the fascinating world of mobile applications. We've covered a lot of ground, from the basics of coding and design to the complexities of APIs and server communication. The next time you open your favorite app, take a moment to appreciate the intricate network of technology and human ingenuity that makes it all possible. It's a testament to the power of creativity, collaboration, and the relentless pursuit of innovation. But this is just the beginning. The world of apps is constantly evolving, with new possibilities emerging all the time. As technology advances and our understanding of the digital world grows, who knows what amazing app experiences await us in the future? One thing's for sure, it's an exciting time to be an app enthusiast.